pase, pierna derecha, directo al arco, ¡golazo! ¡Golazo!
You are now listening to TWC Football Podcast.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of TWC Football.
You're not hosting. You're not hosting. Listen, there's one Gary Neville in it. Like Gary Neville stays Gary Neville. Ian Wright comes in when Gary Neville's not there. Yeah.
Fair.
Do you know what? Yeah, I was watching that today.
No. Let's start.
Let's start. You know, okay. I was watching that today. Yeah, and I thought to myself, like, you see how they
spoilers though.
You haven't watched it?
No. I'm saying.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched it, man.
Have you watched it?
No.
Listen, I'm so locked in. I think it's my favorite football. Like, whatever. Steve, no spoilers. But they didn't start until, you know how they like just have a conversation.
The introduction. Yeah.
Bro, they didn't start for 30 minutes, 29 minutes.
29 minutes,
bro. I looked at the time. I saw 29 minutes. Yeah, they were just having a good old catch up and that. Yeah, and I was thinking that's all I want to do with the man. Then.
No, but to me, when they do it, it's so authentic because they're telling us stuff we just don't know about them.
Yeah.
Bro, I literally asked you. I give you lot the platform to speak. You lot don't talk, bro.
Yeah, but it sounds forced. Oh, how you been?
Yeah, you can just talk. You can showcase your personality. You can just.
That's
talk.
not. Gary Neville doesn't do that.
You lot will come on, yeah, with your face all screwed up. I'm all like, oh yeah, how's everyone doing? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's talk about the pod. That's what you lot do.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
do you give me? So
but Gary says, Gary says stuff like, I heard you were over here last week. What was that?
I mean,
and then they get into it.
Okay. So what? We've got 200 episodes, right? You lot can go back and listen to me asking you questions about the week and your responses.
Yeah, no, but how's your week? My colleague asked me that.
No, not even that. Listen, I'll be like, so Steve, you're up to this? Yeah, they don't want to hear about my personal life. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've said that before.
Exactly.
So don't lie.
No, you're right. You're right about that.
You got up to this. Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Yeah. And then if it just don't even try, if it just don't give a shit.
You know what it actually is? I don't, like, we're not important enough for people to actually want to care about what we're doing. That's the truth.
Who told you that though?
Well, I don't think people really care. And that's why I do that.
If you showcase your personality, people will care more. If they actually know what's going on, they're going to feel like, yo, like I actually know, I know my man. Like, oh yeah, like...
How do they need to know me? They just need to know my footballing opinion. That's it.
Okay, you see you see what I'm saying?
I'm bloody Gary Neville. I don't...
You see what I'm saying? All right, man. Obviously, lads, let's talk. Let's actually talk. So, this ain't the intro. I'm gonna do the overlap thing, innit? Let's actually talk. We tailed off a cliff, I'd say, in terms of keeping up with the pod, right? So I think our last pod was we're gonna win the league or something like that. I don't know if any of you checked out. Have you checked out?
Are you serious?
I'm being so serious. I think it was
before we didn't win the league. Was this before Villa?
I think it was. We had 4 games left.
We lost to Villa. We packed it in. That looks so bad.
Yeah, that actually looks bad.
Did we actually?
It was 4 wins away from the title.
That's Tottenham.
So this was 25th of April.
Kids, you're good with dates and fixtures. What was that?
25th of April. I don't know.
It was before Tottenham.
Is it?
Tottenham was.
So it was after Bayern.
Tottenham was the 28th or the 29th.
28th. Yeah, Tottenham was 28th. So it was before Tottenham. We had just beaten who? Chelsea. 5-0. And then that's the pod.
That's so funny. We said we're going to win the league.
4 wins away from the title. 4 wins away from the title.
You know what? I don't think that was crazy to say because we
wasn't.
were anticipating City would drop title.
Yeah. And we said we can only drop a certain amount of points, and that is the exact amount of points that we dropped. But City just didn't drop any.
We dropped 3 points, guys. What the hell?
Bro.
No, do you know what? You actually have to experience it for you. Because when Liverpool were going through this, we just all said, yeah, you weren't good enough. Yeah. And it's true, because to a degree, we actually weren't
I didn't say that.
I did.
bro.
I didn't say we weren't good
I
enough.
remember Ifa saying it, to be fair.
I said
I
it.
don't
I definitely said it.
Because the levels were crazy.
And to be fair, it's true though.
It's
'Cause
true.
The level was a certain number of points, and you didn't accumulate that. So it's not even wrong, but it's like
It's
now
harsh.
that you felt it.
Yeah.
Just understand how harsh, like how hard it is as well. Like, but anyway, the game's the game. That's the level.
You're 100% right. We weren't the level, man. How did this one compare to last? Well, obviously this is a new season. How did this one compare to 2 seasons ago? Which one hurt you guys more?
Oh, 2 seasons.
2 seasons ago was it was abomination. I still struggle to get over that. Like when people call us, when they say like, rival fans say, you bottled the league twice in a row. Like
No.
we haven't bottled this one that just happened. I don't agree with that. But the first one, I can say, you know what, fair enough. Because the capitulation still to this day makes no sense to me.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know how you can be winning games the way we're winning games, and then you get to Anfield, and all of a sudden you forget how to win a football match. Crazy.
Well, could you not argue the fact that was our first time in that position?
It was, but in Premier League history, there's very few times I've seen that in the running where you just collapse.
I think there's different factors there. I don't think it's just that they just collapsed.
Yeah, the Rob Holding factor was a massive factor, to be fair.
Injuries did play a factor, but they're like it's
but Rob Holding shouldn't be the reason why you draw 3-3 at home to Southampton after already drawing 2 games previously to that, after taking the lead.
Yeah.
Come
And
on.
Saka should score his pen. Saka should score his pen.
Is
True.
that why you still have this personal vendetta against Saka to this day?
Personal vendetta, bro.
Yes.
I actually love Saka.
No, you don't.
Go with it. No, I do.
No,
I
you
really-
don't. No, you don't.
I do love Saka.
How did Saka perform at the Euros for you?
Just above average.
Just above average.
So between good and average. I don't know.
His
what-
average.
Pardon?
His average of average.
No, it was average. Like no, between good and average. Like just like it wasn't anything amazing, but
Fair.
he held his own. Like it wasn't like a disgrace of a performance.
Fair.
You don't think he was one of England's better players?
He was.
Yeah.
he was.
But he's average.
But that doesn't say much because no one for England played really well, to be honest.
But he got to the final.
Yeah, but no one really played well like that.
Fair enough. All right, lads. Well, a lot has happened since our last pod. A lot has happened. Like I just mentioned there, obviously we had the Euros. There's no point going over the Euros, man. I know you guys want to get straight into it, if we're being honest. So it's 2 days before the start of the season. Arsenal have only signed David Raya, which was basically done anyway. Ricardo Calafiori, is that how to say it?
Correct.
Calafiori, and I think that is it. Am I missing someone?
No, that's him.
We've
Well,
made 2.
Tommy Stefan.
18-year-old goalkeeper or something.
Yeah, okay. We bought the keeper. We've let go. We've had to say goodbye to our beloved Emil Smith Rowe for 35. Is that 35 all in all?
34.
34 to Fulham. Who else have we sold? We've let go of. To be fair, we
It's
knew.
gone, and then he's gone.
Yeah, we knew all these guys were going already, though, to be fair. We had a failed attempt of a sell at Eddie Nketiah to Marseille. I'm sure you guys all know. So, listen, let's just get into it. Where is everyone's heads at? Because start of the transfer window, we went heavy on Sesko. He decided to stay. It looked like we wanted to recruit an attacker. You know, there was talk with Guy Perez, Sesko, Osimhen. There were talks with, there was speculation, Nico Williams. Yeah, man. How are you feeling? You guys don't look very happy right now, to be honest with you. So
2 weeks ago, I was taken out on my colleagues, my wife, my cat. I wasn't happy. I wasn't in a good place, to be honest. Don't misconstrue my words, please. When I say taken out, it doesn't mean physically.
that was crazy, bro. That was crazy.
taking it-
I just wanted to see where that went.
As in my mood was not good. I was waking up and I was expecting I've got notifications turned on for Ornstein and Romano. I was scrolling through the notification thing and I was seeing nothing related to Arsenal. It was making me mad. I wasn't starting my day right. So 2 weeks ago, I was not in a good place. I can't understand how we've got to a point. No, I can understand it when I sit down and I think of everything. It makes sense to me, but it irritates me the fact that we are in a position now where I feel like we really need to make that next step to try and close this gap on City. We've been close twice. I feel like we need a couple additions just to take us over the line. We brought in Calafiori. I like that signing. I think he's going to be good for us. Marino, fair enough. I think he suits that profile of what we want. A box crasher, a duel winner, physical, big. I like that. We need an attacker, please. Saka cannot go into another season playing 60 games. Please. Reece Nelson is no competition for him. Gabriel Jesus is not a right winger. He wasn't signed to be a right winger. We need an adequate option on both flanks. Martinelli, I don't know if he's going to be the level this season. Trossard, I don't know if he's going to be able to maintain the level, the vibe that he gave us. Don't know if he can maintain that vibe. So please help out our front line and take us to the title. We need someone else. Need another body. That's what I'm asking for.
Right, before the pod started, you quite aggressively, actually, to myself and Gid said that you're not dramatic. I'll let the audience decide whether they agree with that or not.
No, I think that's valid. I think how I'm reacting is valid.
Listen, the way you started your monologue was 2 weeks ago. I took it out of my colleagues. My
mood weren't right. Yeah. That's not dramatic. That's facts. That's life. That's me, and that's warranted. There's a lot on the line. How bad? You say to me, how bad do you want to win? I want to win so bad.
You don't want to win more than me. You don't want to win more than me.
No.
You don't want to win.
You don't understand how badly I want to win.
You don't want it. No, I don't believe. You don't want this. You don't want this.
Bro, you're lying to us. You're saying, oh no, everything's going to be calm. You're going crazy inside. You're going mad inside. Okay, I know you are.
Since you brought it to me, part of me, yes, is going crazy. I'm not going to lie. But what I'm falling back on is the fact that I feel like the club have actually made the right decision for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Like at the time, we've been losing our shit over certain players and whatnot. Trossard, Mudryk, all of that kind of stuff. But when you kind of look at how things have played out, even David Raya, when we bought David Raya, first reactions were, what the fuck are we doing?
I was happy. I was delighted. We were together.
Huh? When we bought David Raya,
we were in the car together. I was buzzing.
Bro, we weren't happy because we were saying, we weren't happy.
Everyone was happy because we were saying this is the type of ruthlessness that we need to.
But we were also saying, why are we spending 30 mil on a goalkeeper?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you understand? That was the
discourse. But I was happy at that because I didn't like Ramsdale. I don't rate him.
But the discourse was like, why are we spending that kind of money when we could have been putting it elsewhere? Because we didn't. I don't think we broke Kai Havertz. That's another example. We bought 65 on Kai Havertz. Not that it's been like some revelation, but it got better in it. At the time, we were all like, what the hell is going on? Do you know what I mean? So there's been certain transfers that we've made. Who else? We bought a centre-back. I was Kivior. To be fair, I still don't feel like we needed to make that.
Ben White made me mad.
Ben White was another one. Ben White was another one.
Situation, yeah.
Bro, 50 mil on Ben White. Yeah. I will tell you right now, I was like, what the actual hell are we doing?
Yeah. But that was because of Saliba.
That was maybe more because of the money spent.
100%. Because I'm looking at Ben White, like, why are we spending 50 mil on Ben White? With all due respect. But all these transfers, to be fair, they've actually played out all right, innit?
Yeah.
So even like the way we got Partey on deadline day, the way we got Rice last year, we were shitting it. I'm just trying to have faith on the fact that we have made some good moves to just think that, okay, I don't believe this club is not trying to get an attacker. I just can't fathom that.
But I also worry that because we did it in 2022 and where we started to get smart again, in that January transfer window when we needed a 9, Lacazette was doing nothing and we had Eddie left. And these guys decided no Vlahovic. They didn't take. I think we could have got like Morata on loan or something. We didn't even choose to do that. So I feel like they've got to a point of where if the right player isn't there, they won't do it. And that is my fear going into this season. I feel
but isn't that a good thing?
That is a good thing, but at the same time,
it's good and bad.
It's good. Like there is an opportunity here. We're really good. We need to take this opportunity.
All right, I'll throw it
Can't
out
waste
to
another season where we're like, oh, all right, next summer.
I'll throw out to Gibbs and Ife, yeah. Who is, obviously, we don't know all the targets that the club is working on right now, innit? But who is, you see, like how you said Vlahovic was there, Morata was there. There's actually no one, it's fine margins now, man. Whoever we get has to actually elevate this thing now. Like, we're really good. We can't be, bro, Solanke. Gid said in the chat, Dominic Solanke's not the level. And the thing is, yeah, I probably would have made the gamble, but I also understand where he's coming from. It's not like he's like a Lewandowski. It's not like he's like a Haaland. You get what I'm saying? Like, it is still a gamble, isn't it? So who is there that can guarantee us going up that level?
I don't know if there is anyone, but honestly, I don't think that's our thing to say. Because say if I give you names, like obviously we're having a discussion, I get it, but that doesn't really prove anything. Do you know what I mean? Because they could, like, it's who I think, and they could be, but then there could also be someone else who we sign who you may not think, like, who may go under the radar, who may not be signed as someone who you think, oh yeah, like he takes us up the level, but then like you sign him and then like someone like Trossard, like Trossard, a lot of people weren't really happy with the Trossard signing as like a pivot, but he's actually turned out to be like a very good, that's probably one of the best value money buys we've ever had. And considering we were trying to get like Mudryk, he looks way better than Mudryk. From like, obviously there's always other factors. He looks a lot better than Mudryk has been since he's come to the league. So I get we're having a discussion, and I get why you'd want me to say that, but I don't feel like me saying any name I say is really relevant right now. And my issue with it is as well, is like you said, I do think the club are trying to get deals done, but my issue is the speed and how they're moving to get these deals done. I do agree with you that the margins are a lot finer to like actually improve us. So whereas like a team like Chelsea or Man United, they can sign 5 players and they'll like bring them up quite a big level. I don't think there's obviously there is 5 players that can bring us up a level, but there's not like the pool of players that we can bring in that will like, okay, yeah, thing it is a lot smaller, and those players are probably harder deals to get done and will cost more. But again, left back was kind of like an issue in a way, not an issue, but it was kind of a need. And we've done, like Steve said, like someone like Calafiori, I think that's a really good buy. Again, in midfield, in terms of what we want and kind of what we need, I think Marino's would be a good buy. But then the issue that I'm having is we're not getting these deals done, and it's honestly it's pissing me off. Like, it's proper pissing me off, because like you see Chelsea. Chelsea are an absolute mess. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't care what anyone says about their new strategy or whatever. They're an absolute mess, but they, like, even within their mess, they're getting their business done. Like, they literally want a target. Boom! Within a maximum a couple of weeks, it gets done. They want another target. They want to get 3 goalkeepers. Why do they want 3 goalkeepers? They get 3 goalkeepers regardless. Like I said literally before we started the pod. Do you remember when they wanted Mudryk? Remember, I can't remember who tweeted it. Or you see, oh, Chelsea planning a hijack. Next thing you know, Chelsea on a plane to Ukraine or wherever they went. Like, within 48 hours, oh, Chelsea have snatched Mudryk from under Arsenal's nose. Oh, I think even like with Enzo Fernandez, it was dragging on. Next thing you know, oh, Chelsea representatives getting on a plane to Portugal. 2 days later, the deal's done. Man City as well. They want this player. Boom, they get on a plane. It just gets done. Even like obviously this season, I mean, Man United have been typically kind of like terrible, but this season the way they've done their business has been quite good as well. They have overpaid a little bit, but they've been quite like solidified, and like they're getting their deals done. Obviously, with some of their things, it's taken like multiple things to like other moving parts, but you see the way even a team like Aston Villa, they've got their business done time ago. But yet we're seeing reports that how long since we sold. Sorry, I'm going on for a lot. Since we sold ESR for how many weeks ago, and then it was literally like the day we sold ESR, it was like, okay, yeah, Arsenal are gonna thingy for Mourinho. Arsenal spoke to Mourinho's camp. He said yes to us. That's almost like 2-3 weeks ago now. Like it's what and like if it was like a Declan Rice or like 100 million, 70 million kind of transfer, I'd understand it. But this guy's got a year left in his contract. Such that I want. Obviously, I understand not paying over the odds, but they want about 30 mil or whatever like that. You could argue, but I don't think that's bad money. Go and sort it out. Like it's literally been dragging on for weeks. Now we're seeing Edu's in Spain. He's been in Spain all week, and he still hasn't. He's like all the only update we got was it's getting closer. Like just how stupid that is.
I feel like with that deal, especially, I feel like you said it yourself actually in the group chat. Like it's kind of relaxed because we know that's kind of going to get done. So.
Yeah, but there's a level because, sorry to cut you off again, but it does, like, we don't seem like, or Edu, I don't know if Edu's the only guy, but we don't seem like the club where we work on multiple transfer targets at the same time. If we were like Chelsea or like these other clubs where like, okay, we're doing multiple things at the same time, I probably wouldn't even care like that. But literally, especially in this transfer window, it's been nothing, Calafiori, everything was Calafiori. As soon as Calafiori is done, Mourinho, this is that. So like, it's just...
The way I see it, though, you see where you said about the fan margins and like it's fan percentages at this point. Yeah, people know that we're almost there. And when I say we're almost there, people know that we're almost on like the elite stage. Like we're arriving now in it. So clubs aren't going to make it easy for us. You compare us to like an Aston Villa, for example. With all due respect, like I don't think them kind of deals. Without disrespecting the club, like I don't know, it's we're at an elite level now. Do you know what I mean? And Man United, again, to be fair play to their new because they've got like a new board or a new transfer team, whatever. They're doing their business, fair play. Man City, I don't think we can compare against because they've got the money to just make signings, and then if it doesn't work out, they just do whatever to make it work. That's why they have 115 charges. Chelsea, again. I think we'll get onto Chelsea in it, but I think there's more to what's going on with Chelsea than what meets the eye. I just don't understand what they're doing is unprecedented. So I wouldn't even compare us to them. I'd compare us more to like, when Liverpool were in their kind of prime and whatnot, they would select certain players. Do you know what I mean? And them deals, I can't remember the time frame behind them, but like we're more like that now. If that makes sense, we're trying to make the right moves.
I 100% get that, but at the same time, when you look at Liverpool's transfer business during their prime, like you can say maybe that is a negative thing about them. And in regards to Mourinho,
they won everything.
They won everything, but then like generally these signings, like apart from Alisson, Van Dijk, and obviously those were big, but like. A lot of them, when they're going after these specific targets, it took time, and like you could obviously they won everything and they were successful.
Yeah, but it worked. It worked. Whether it took time or not, it worked. And that's where we're trying to be now. We're trying to make the right moves.
But and I do get that, but then I think when you look at the contents of these signings, like I said, if we were like linked with Liao or something like that. Then I wouldn't even I have that nerve and everything like, but I'll be like, you know what, this is probably going to take time. Like Declan Rice, obviously, like Gid said, like we actually got him in before pre-season, but it was a thing where like we were linked and in talks for ages. But Declan Rice, I was kind of more calm on, apart from City got involved, because that's 100 million transfer. That's a hard deal to make. So like you can be, but someone like Mourinho, he's got a year left in his contract. He said he wants to join us. They've offered him a new contract. He said he doesn't want to come. He's not like, it's not, if it was a thing where Sociedad are asking, we want 40, 50 million or pay his release clause, I'd understand. They're asking, like from what we've seen, they're asking for 30 million euros. That's around 25 million pounds. Like I'm sorry, like it shouldn't take weeks to get a 25 million pound deal over the line. Like regardless of how we want to do things right, especially because you've identified him as, this is someone who improves us. Arteta wants him. Everyone at the club wants him. We've seen him. It's not like, are we still sure? Like we want him. We know where he's going to fit in. Even tactically, we're like, he fits like a glove. But it's literally been 3 weeks, and we're still trying to get that, which makes me even more worried about because when saying now we want to get an attacker, regardless, for the most part, an attacker's going to be hard to get, especially late in the window, because the club most likely doesn't want to get rid of them.
We need to understand when it comes to transfers and stuff. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We could already be looking at the options. We could already be having conversations. We don't know. We only know what's reported.
100%. But from what we've seen and what's been reported, we're moving slow. We haven't been linked with any attacker. Like we haven't. Like obviously, I'm not saying that we're not, because I think we are.
The thing is, yeah, again, you got to look at like Fabio Vieira. That deal got done in how long? Was it like 2 days or something? Like no one knew about it. No one knew about it, and then it just got done. Kivior, the same. No one knew about Kivior. All of a sudden, it's done. Even David Raya. That all of the moves not all of the moves. Some of the moves we've been making, it kind of just happened, and it wasn't on anyone's. Trossard, that's another one. So
Timber
we don't who?
Timber.
Even Timber. So my hope is that
Havertz. Bro, to be fair, quite a few of our transfers, because I remember Havertz came out and that was. I know there was a few reports, but
he was linked to Real Madrid, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was linked to Real Madrid, then Bayern, and then all of a sudden he came to us. But my thing is not necessarily, because I've been saying this to Steve quite a bit, that I think our squad is good. Yeah, I think our squad is good, and regardless, we should be near enough winning or challenging for the league again, even if we don't get a tackle. But to minimize the risk, because for me, this is such a do or die season. This is the third year. We've got a lot of good assets. We've got a lot of players that want to win, haven't won yet. The time is now. City are aging. Most of their key players are also getting on as well. They haven't reinvested as well as they usually do in windows. So there's a chance here for us to set a precedent, for them to look at us and think, wow, we actually need to take Arsenal serious. And I'm just disappointed that we are taking long in addressing the priority positions, because last season there was a few issues that we had in terms of scoring goals. If you look at some of the games that we lost 2 games to Aston Villa, no goals. We lost to Newcastle, didn't score. Fulham, we scored, but that performance was absolutely terrible. Newcastle away, couldn't score. So most of the games where we dropped points, it was as a result of us actually not scoring. Even though we scored a lot of goals last season,
we didn't score in 5 games.
But we didn't score in 5 games, and a club like Arsenal, that shouldn't be happening. And also City away, we didn't score, but that can happen. So it's like we need to address that. We need someone, like, there will be games where City will have where they look like they might not score, but then Haaland will pop up and they score and they'll win the game, or something. Someone will do something. KDB will come on the pitch, Newcastle away, and he's scoring a goal. He's threading the ball for Oscar Bob 3-2, and they win that game. If they didn't win that game, they may not have won the league. That's how fine the margins are. So where we're at, I'm just so surprised that, although we don't know, I get that, granted, but we should be moving like Chelsea. We obviously not as crazy, but we should be like, I should be seeing reports every day. Also we should be going mad, because this is not a season where we take our time off. We don't find a right pro. We have to roll the dice. Roll the dice. I would rather us bring in someone who I'm not too sure about, but I can see that we've at least rolled the dice, as opposed to leaving it and just hoping that the players that we have take us there, because we don't. There's little room for error.
I don't know how I feel about that though.
The reason why I'm saying this, Eddie, is because I want the club, the hierarchy, to do everything they can, seize the opportunity and do everything they can to ensure we're best placed to do everything we can to win this league. Don't leave us short.
But then, okay, if we do that now and then we get a Pepe situation,
then so be it. We've got a Pepe, and it's unfortunate.
But
would you rather us having a chance of getting a Pepe, or having a chance of us getting the next a top player, or not doing anything? We have to roll the dice.
The thing is, what's so hilarious is that, last season was the most goals we've ever scored in a Premier League season. Mm-hmm. It's mad, isn't it? Yeah. Like, we're saying all of this, but we're still scoring goals.
Look at the Champions League. Look at the games that we didn't win.
You're right.
These are all the fine details as to why we went trophyless, or we didn't win the big trophies last season. That's what we're missing. It's not because we're not a great team. We are a good team, but the fine details of why sometimes you may win or you may lose or you may draw, we don't have that yet. So
the Bayern Munich game.
The Bayern Munich is a
Bayern
prime
Munich away,
example.
yeah.
They were not head and shoulders better than us, but they knocked us out because number one, we lacked a bit of experience. But number two, we didn't have that stardust. We didn't have that star quality.
Those get out of jail players.
Those get out of jail players, exactly. So this is what I want the club to be doing. We need to make sure we get someone in. Of course, there's still 2-3 weeks left of the window, no problem. So they could still do it. But where my disappointment comes in is that I've not seen us linked heavily to any attacker properly so far. And I can't understand that because that should have been such a priority. It should have been more of a priority than Calafiori. Our first link to any player in the summer should have been an attacker or midfielder. Midfielder first, actually. I think we needed to strengthen midfield because of
But to be fair, it was though. Sesko was the first major.
Yeah, true. And then after Sesko, that was it. So there's no other targets.
No, well,
You know what I mean?
Guy Carrez, apparently that was there.
That was more hearsay. I think Sesko was real. That was like strong. But I think Decorez was more people are trying to link him with us, all of that stuff. But
all right, cool. Hear this now, yeah. FM, you're Napoli, right? You're Napoli chairman, Napoli manager, whatever, right? You know Arsenal they need that striker. They want that striker, yeah. They come in with a bid of, let's say, 100 mil for Osimhen. But you know they're hungry. You know they're desperate. You know they need this signing, right? Do you not inflate the value of the transfer?
yeah, potentially.
Of course you would. Because you know that's the one thing they're missing.
But then on the flip side of that, Osimhen is going to leave them and not sign a new contract. So they also need to negotiate and find a deal that works for them. But I get the point you're trying to make. But even if that is the case, bro, I'm sorry, you can't tell me no one's reporting anything on Arsenal news. I can't believe that. I won't believe that. Because this club has done this before. Like Steve mentioned, that season where we needed a striker in January and we just didn't do nothing. This club has history of just resting on their laurels. I do not want you to rest on your laurels for this season. We do not. This season, we can't afford to. This is the chance.
Okay, another question now, yeah. Does Mikel Arteta and Edu and the guys at Arsenal, do you not think they know that more than we do?
Yeah, I do, but I think they love their players a lot. I think Arteta loves a lot of Arsenal players that he's like, do you know, if I'm not going to bring them because he's not fitting with the group and this and that, all that energy, if it's this. Listen.
Does Arteta give you that?
Yes, he does.
He's on order. He's on order. Bro, Smith Rowe would still be at this club if it was up to him. Honestly.
But, okay, Aaron Ramsdale. Like, he's ruthless when he needs to be ruthless, bro.
No, of course he can be ruthless, but I think he's not the type of person that will go out, bring someone in externally at the detriment of potentially the group. So he's the type.
You wouldn't want that either.
I'm not saying I would want that, but what I'm trying to say is that he would be satisfied to just be like, do you know what, this team went close last season. I can improve the players that I have. We can potentially win with these players, and I'm not.
I completely.
No, but he's shown that.
I don't think he's a manager.
We were literally fighting for top 4, and he didn't get us a striker. I couldn't understand it.
Mikel Arteta does not strike me as a manager that rests on his laurels. He was at City when they done 100 points. No, if anyone knows the level, this is a man that got pickpocketers to pickpocket.
He knows the level. No, but you're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm saying. He believes that the players he has, he can improve them, and they can do what he needs, as opposed to getting someone externally. He would have that in his mind because he loves these players. He's seen how they've grown. He's seen how good. So
I don't agree.
Obviously, he will go to the market, but if there's no one there, he will not force it. I'm saying force it. I'm saying roll the dice and bring someone in, because if any of our players get injured, that's it. We're done, because no one else fits the starting 11 quality. So we need someone.
I think the two biggest issues with Arsenal at the moment is similar to what Gids is saying. I think Arteta / the board or whatever, they stick to their principles too much. Like I like the fact that we stick to our principles, but I think there's an extent that you should do it at. And 2, I don't think we fail fast. And that's one thing. Like, again, I'm talking about Chelsea and they are a mess, but I think one thing about Chelsea is they fail fast. Like, where are Chelsea? Where are we? I get that, but then if you look over the past 20 years or whatever, like Chelsea, like one reason why Chelsea have been so good. And one reason why, even okay, they're in the mess right now, but even I think one reason why we still kind of think they're gonna still be okay is because they fell fast. I think when you look at our squads, like someone like Vieira's not a bad player, but I think it's fair to say that that signing's failed. Why is he still here?
Yeah, Chelsea would have got rid of him.
And the thing is, like, and this is what, and again, this is why I said he sticks to his principles a bit too much, because there were reports that teams were like interested in Vieira, but we're like, no, we're keeping him. Like, so like someone like Vieira, we should have got rid of. Eddie, okay, to be fair, we're trying to move Eddie, but I feel like we're moving Eddie, we're listening to offers because if teams are interested. It's not a thing where like, oh yeah, we're trying to sell you. Do you know what I mean? Because like it's literally like you said. The reports that we've heard is like if we don't sell Eddie, we'll be like we're more than happy to keep him.
Sorry,
like,
I just can't get on board with what you guys are saying. If we sold Eddie for 5 million or 10 million, you wouldn't be happy.
I know
we're trying to get money for Eddie.
But I know I agree with that, and that's why like with the whole Marseille thing with Eddie, I'm not mad at the club, because you had to drag your feet in the mud and say we're not gonna be taken for idiots here. But my point is with Eddie, we're not actively trying to sell him, because that's what reports have said.
How do you know that? You don't know. You don't know if when Solanke left Bournemouth, we don't know if like we might be having conversations with Bournemouth to say that okay, yeah, you might need da. We don't know these things.
We don't know this, but from what we do know, from the reports that we have heard, especially when it was linked to, obviously like you said, now they've sold Solanke, it might have been different. But from what we've heard when during the whole Marseille Eddie saga, is that Arsenal are more than happy to keep Eddie if they don't come in for a bid. Maybe it's to kind of like it was a negotiation tactic, whatever. But from what I'm going with, that's what was said. Another one, Nelson. I like Nelson. I think technically as a player, Nelson is very good. Like technically he's very clean, but he's just like unfortunately he's not the level. I don't think we're trying to sell him. I think with him as well, it's if a team comes in for him, if they're we're gonna listen to offers, we'll have it to move, but we're not actively trying to sell him. A lot of these guys, so same with Kirill now, obviously like we're trying. I don't know what we're really doing with him, but he's another one like that. I think a lot of these guys, if it was Chelsea, like obviously I'm not loving using them as the example, or if it's Chelsea, because they're not as perfect as we seem. But it's the whole point of me saying that they fell fast. A lot of these players, if their situation was at Chelsea, they'll be gone. Bro, look at literally last season, Petrovic, their goalkeeper. I thought he had a relatively good season. They're trying to sell him. They bought him a year ago.
I struggle to use Chelsea as the standard. I can't get on board with that. Like Roman Abramovich is Chelsea. Okay, that's different. But this Chelsea is different.
I think Chelsea in the transfer market, that's
Chelsea lose a lot of value on a lot of their players.
They do, but again, that's also part of failing fast. They're just quickly. Obviously, there is the argument that sometimes it's not always good to fail fast, because there are some players that they probably shouldn't have sold. If they kept it would be better or whatever. They may have gained more money. But the fact is, I think one thing, especially when you're an elite club, you need that ability to fail fast. You need to say, okay, yeah, if it's going. We need to not necessarily need to sell. We need to, but you just need to know what to do. You just need to say, okay, yeah, this isn't working. We need to go to the next one. And I don't think we do that well enough. Which is why now, again, and also the point that we stick to our principles too much. Which is again why we've got a lot of these players. I don't think we're actively trying to sell them. I think it's a thing where if a bid comes in or if a club comes in for them, we'll entertain offers. But we're not saying, these players are for sale.
Steve, you've been quiet. What's your stance on what's being said?
I don't know. I feel like a bit of I agree with you in the sense of it's very difficult to compare our situation to the likes of Chelsea. I think Chelsea are obviously, no one knows what they're doing. Let's be real. Villa are trying to bolster their squad because they're now in Champions League. There's a lot more games. They need to solidify their squad and up the quality. West Ham got a new manager and they've just gone into overdraft. And they've got quite a few mid players. I don't know what they're doing. It's very difficult. Like when I look at the top teams across Europe, they're not really doing a whole lot. And as we keep saying, we're a good team. It's hard to really to up the levels. I look at signings like Elise to buy, and that really irritates me because I feel like that's the level of player that would probably elevate us. I don't know what was going on in the background. I don't know if he had an agreement with Bayern like prior to it happening, but yeah, I'm in the middle. Like obviously, I'm really frustrated because I sense that this is the opportunity to bridge the gap, and things change so quickly in football. Like we're top team now, anything can happen in like 12 to 18 months, and the next thing you know, you're just like you're in a top 4 battle, and you're thinking, wait, what just happened? Like we look like we were going to win the Premier League, Champions League, and then all of a sudden you're not. So I'm always wary of that, and I'm always conscious of that. And we had an example in that with like, for example, Chelsea were on the up when they had like Lukaku, they had Tuchel, they had the wing backs going, and they look like, okay, right, this could be a team that might be able to challenge Liverpool and City. They fell away. Liverpool obviously have come close to City. They fell away, and obviously we've emerged, but I'm conscious of that, and I just want to ensure that the squad's in a good place. And the last thing, and I've been saying it since 2021, maybe 2022, Saka cannot play 60 minutes again. He cannot. He's 22 years old. We've run this kid into the ground. Like, we've run him as it is. He plays every single game. There's games where he's limping on the pitch. I'll never forget that North London derby at home early in the season. He was limping for like 5 minutes. Arteta still wouldn't take him off. Was it Reece Nelson that had to come on eventually? It was ridiculous. Like, we cannot put this kid through it again, because when he gets to 25, he will be cooked and will be wondering why he can't run anymore. We need to protect him. So we need to get bodies. We need to get a wide player that can play in that position, because he cannot play every single game again. Like, it can't happen. It's ridiculous.
You said at the top of the pod that, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You said at the top of the pod that Gabriel Jesus is not a right winger. I disagreed. Obviously, people wouldn't have seen that.
He's a 9 that can play there. He's played there
exactly, but
that's
he played there to a good level there.
Do we want to see Gabriel Jesus on the right? No, let's be real. No, we don't.
No, but I would like to see him as cover for Saka. Yes, I would like to see that.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I want an actual winger to play there. I want Gabriel Jesus to refine that 2022 summer form where he looked like R9 for 4 months. I want to see that guy in all the pitch, and I want a winger. That's what I want. I don't want to see Gabriel Jesus on the right wing.
So would you not say that for City, majority of his best moments came from that position though?
I was saying this to kids the other day. I can't think of 5 performances off the right wing for Jesus. I can't.
What, from Man City or for Arsenal?
From Man City, I can't think of them. Like, that doesn't stand out to me. I can think of Raheem Sterling on the right. I can think of Bernardo Silva on the right. I can think of who else has played on the right?
Centurion
Foden
season.
on the right.
Centurion season.
Did he play on the right?
I swear he did. Was he not coming in and out?
No, he was playing 9.
There was one game I'm thinking of when he's, but I feel like I'm thinking of it because he scored against City. But I think it was his last season at City when he was playing on the right a lot more, and he like came back. And was it again when they played Liverpool? Sorry, and he scored like there was a goal like he scored. There was like a cross came in, and he kind of like side-footed it in on like the half volley or something like that.
Oh, that was against Liverpool. Yeah.
I think he was a 9 that day though.
Was he a 9?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
Worms, I hear your point. Yeah, he can play wide. I just want a winger. And that's what they're going to feed us, by the way. They're going to get Gunnar Block. They're going to get Miguel Delaney. They're going to get all these guys to brief us to say, yeah, the plan all along was Jesus to play right wing, but no. But yeah, anyway, let's see what happens.
The thing is, in 2 weeks, they could get everything done, and then this is all a different conversation. So my grievance at this point is not that I don't believe the club are going to do the stuff. That's not necessarily what I'm annoyed about. What I'm annoyed about is just the urgency. Like, I just want not even like, oh, okay, they have to be in today. Like, as in, I don't know that these things take time. I know they take time, but I'm sorry, there's too many ITKs now. There's too many leaks. There's too many reports to tell me that we don't know one attacker that we're potentially speaking to or trying to get. And I know we've listed off a number of examples where things happen out of the blue. I get that, and that obviously could be the case again. But if that is that should have been done by now. Like, it's such a priority. It's such a priority for me go into the season where I thought a centre mid and a forward was the main priority. That I'm so surprised that we're going to start our first game of the season and we don't have neither of them. But what we have is the defender. It doesn't make sense to me. And I know
Exactly what I was about to
Euros
say.
was there. I know the Euros was there. I know all of these things, but there's other people that have done business. And this is such a massive season for us. So it's like, how have we not addressed these two positions that we need to go to the next level? I'm really shocked. And yes, we may address them. We will. We probably will, God willing, hopefully. But I'm just surprised that we're allowing, we're not getting these things done as quickly as we possibly can, man. And I think also what frustrates me as well is I felt like Arsenal turned a corner when it came to transfers, because obviously the last 2 seasons we didn't have the Euros, and I know the Euros has impacted it a bit, but when like 2 seasons ago we bought Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko, and I can't remember who we bought that season, but we went into it thinking, yeah, we're getting top 4. Like we felt good about it. Like the energy was like, yeah, we're gonna get top 4. We've bolstered the squad, and they were in before we went pre-season. The next season, Timber, Havertz, Rice, again in before we went pre-season. Again, the feel good factor was there. We felt like, you know, we're going for the league again. This season, remember, I think the fans play a big part in how the team performs as well. If God forbid things don't go well against Wolves, or we get not a good enough result, or if we don't beat Aston Villa, and we need to keep the spirit up. That's what's really helped us. It's quite anxious because we know what's at stake. We know we need to topple like the best team, one of the best teams we've ever seen, and it doesn't feel like we're doing everything we can to ensure we do that. And that's where my annoyances are now starting to come in. At first, I was calm, but now I'm deep in it. I'm like, we don't have any room for error. We need to get these things done as soon as we possibly can. And I feel like every other team, at bar Liverpool, is pretty much doing that, and we're not. And even City themselves are not. So we should be even seizing the opportunity even more. I'm surprised that they've not. I don't know what they're doing, but I guess that can show us that, yeah, it's not necessarily as easy as that. But I just think they're resting on their laurels a little bit, and I think we need to catch them cold. Because normally, if you look at City, every year they strengthened. They went 100 points here, and the next season they brought in 60 million Riyad Mahrez to compete with the best attack that the Premier League's probably seen in terms of the goals and everything. That's what they were on. They were bolstering the team. Then they will bring Akanji, then they'll bring Grealish, then bro, look at all the transfers they've done over the years, even whilst they're still Premier League champions. We're in a position where we're trying to beat that, we're trying to get above that. And it's like Calafiori, that's it. That don't make sense to me, innit? So that's where my grievance comes.
That's fair. I don't think anyone can really argue with that. That's fair. That's fair. It makes sense. I think my whole point is, I think I will be where you are at now if the window is done and it does seem like we've done nothing. But obviously there is still time. Let's see what happens. Ideally, it would have been best to have them for the preseason. Obviously, we see how, you know, it does take a while for players to settle under Arteta's system. Look at Havertz, look at Rice, for example, in that interview with The Athletic, I think it was, when he spoke about how much information he was bombed with. So ideally, you'd want your players in now. Let's see what happens, man. We've alluded to other transfers. Let's kind of quickly touch upon some of them before we do like a little preview of the upcoming season. Who do we think has had the best window then?
In the Premier League, or
anyone that stands out to you, to be fair? Any teams that stand out to you? Do you look at them and think, yeah, I love what they've done? West Ham come to mind, but obviously, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like every year, 1 year was Everton, when they were signing all these guys and everyone's like, oh, yeah, oh, they're doing a madness, this and that. And it's like, it never really plays out how you think it's going to. I feel like that with West Ham. I don't really know what they're doing. Like they're signing all these guys and that, but I don't really get who is it? Julian Lopetegui? He's a manager. What are we gonna see next season? I don't really know what his style of football is. So for me, I don't know. I'll throw it out to you guys. Who do you think's had the best window?
Maybe United.
nah.
They've had a sensible window, I think.
Yeah,
Nah.
I think so.
I don't think Man United have had the best window. No way.
Because
You don't think they've strengthened?
No,
Yeah.
they need a midfielder. They're buying all in. Obviously, they need a centre backs,
Definitely.
but their midfield was a massive issue last season that's not been addressed too. So if I'm a Man United fan, if I'm going to keep the same energy how I've been with Arsenal, where I clearly looked at it and I thought we needed a attacker, if I'm a Man United fan, I'm looking at it thinking, yes, you conceded quite a few goals, but your midfield was open every game. Guys were running through. You need someone in there. So that's why I don't think they've had the best window. They've brought in a few bodies, good signings, a few good players, but no central midfielder. That can never be the best window for me. Yeah.
I can't think of any. Genuinely, I can't think of any where
Chelsea have obviously been unattractive.
I think Villa and West Ham have had like good. They've had good windows where they've strengthened well.
Spurs?
Yeah.
No.
Who? Like who?
Dominic Solanke. They brought
Archie Gray.
Archie Gray, who apparently is a really versatile young talent. I don't know too much about him.
No.
Apparently, he is really good. If I mentioned Villa there, obviously they've got Banana. They bought. Who else have they bought?
I think they need a 6.
Who else have they bought? They obviously got the guy from Juve in the swap deal thing. I'm missing someone obvious, am I not? Am I not missing someone obvious for Villa?
I don't think they've made as many signings as that. I don't. Maybe they have. But I don't think.
No.
Into. I don't. Can't think.
Chelsea. I don't know what you guys think here. I said I was going to touch on this. I think something is going on with Chelsea. Like this isn't footballing. It's not all football decisions that they're making here.
No, it's not.
But I don't. What is going on? Because I don't think we've ever seen any window like this ever.
It's consecutive windows though. It's not just one window. This is happening.
This is mental though. I feel like this window is mental though.
Why?
No, this ain't the worst.
Are you serious?
This is not the worst window.
Bro, every day I'm seeing they're linked with someone where they signs like who
last season, including January, was nuts. This is nuts, but this is now what I'm accustomed to seeing with Chelsea. Like this is
okay. Do you know what it is for me? I feel like last season I was seeing names that I actually knew, and I was seeing things that I actually knew. Bro, every day they're linked or they've signed someone I've never heard of before.
And Fabrizio wants to put the date of birth, born in 2003, born in 2002. Who are these guys, man?
Bro,
who are these guys?
They're literally treating it like an investment. Like they're just buying it. Like it's
and
weird.
to my knowledge, they don't have a multi-club model, do they? It's only them, right?
No, they've got Strasbourg.
They've got Strasbourg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what's also insane to me? It's the length of contracts. I can't understand it from a business perspective.
Bro, do you see Palmer?
Honest, Palmer must have got that contract off and thought, what?
Bro.
Of course I'm signing. I don't care.
I don't understand why the players.
How much did he get offered?
Huh?
How much did he get offered?
I never saw numbers, but you know he's getting numbers.
2 year extent. He's on 120.
He's on 120.
What was he on before?
At the age of.
Only 120.
To be fair, my boy is a Chelsea fan. He was saying that what they've done with like all of these signings, they've given them long contracts, but they're on. It's not good money. But they've said to them, all the players, that if you perform well, we would honour and with that, like you're allowed to come and renegotiate your contract, which is why some like Palmer is.
Yeah, where's the benefit for the club? In that situation you just said, if I'm the club, yeah. Where's the benefit for me? I signed a 9-year contract, yeah, let's just say. And then after 5 years, Palmer has turned out crap. And now I'm trying to shift him and I can't. And I have to keep him for...
Bro, even after like 2 years,
I think it benefits...
I can't shift him. It doesn't benefit Chelsea.
I think it benefits them more because they're signing them on low wages. Like...
Okay, but then you're signing them on low wages, but then after 2 years, if they perform well, you're increasing it. So what? So what then?
Yeah, exactly. So it works. So
how does that benefit Chelsea then? Because it benefit Chelsea is if they kept them on that wage throughout the whole 9 years. Then I could understand it as, okay, you've got them on a death row, locked in for life contract, and it's one of them ones where you're not gonna get a pay increase until that's done, and you know that's how much you're paying them. But after 2 years you perform well, and then I'm just boosting you again, and they're getting another 9-year contract. If I'm Palmer, I know my life is secured for the next 10 years.
Literally.
But it's a thing. It's a thing where with them
he can break his leg. Yeah, he can break his leg, and he doesn't give it. He doesn't give a damn. Doesn't give a damn.
And he
But
doesn't have to leave.
He's getting
You can't
paid
force him to leave.
120k per week for 9 years, regardless of his form, what he does. He can go out partying, drinking. He's getting that cash. Whether they cancel his contract or not, he's getting that cash in his bank account.
They cancel his contract. That the amount that they're going to have to pay is going to be
It's gonna be
insane. So
It's crazy.
No, but
crazy.
it's a thing where they sign the player on relatively low wages.
Yeah.
If he performs well, that's a benefit for them because they've got a player that's performing well, and they'll obviously increase his contract and obviously they'll have to pay him more, but they're going to be more happy because he's performing well.
they've got to extend. Yeah, but they've got to extend his contract after 2 years, and he's still got 7 years left.
Yeah, but then obviously if he's playing well, it is. But if he's not playing well or they're not playing, but if they're not doing well, again, you sign the player who's on relatively low.
An example, Kepa. That guy was signed to a 7-year contract. They're trying to shift him till today. They're still struggling to shift him because of his wage demands. Yeah,
that's true. But then,
if they didn't give him a 7-year contract, his thing probably would have expired by now. He could have been off the books.
I've got another.
Yeah, that's true. But quickly, with these players, if they're on relatively low wages, we were literally saying earlier in the season, how a struggle of us trying to shift Nketiah is because of his wages. So if a player is on relatively low wages,
100k.
Yeah, obviously that's not low wages. But if a player is on low wages, let's say they're on like 60, 70k or whatever, it's going to be easier to shift them, and then even on the flip side, they're probably able to retain some of his value because of how long he's got left on the contract.
But do you know what it is? Another issue.
Do you know what it is? If I get what you're so then.
No, another issue I was going to say is that you're signing players to 7-year contracts, but your managers are lasting like 2 years. Yeah. So these players, let's say for example, this manager doesn't work out and he's gone after 2 seasons or whatever. You've got players that are on probably still 5 to 6 year contracts when the next manager comes in. The next manager doesn't necessarily fill these players. What do you do? Because look at Enzo Fernandez right now. From what I've heard from like Chelsea pods and Chelsea circles and whatnot, he doesn't necessarily suit what Chelsea are trying to do right now. But when you Enzo Fernandez, yeah. In pre-season, apparently, not that the manager's not having him, but in terms of how the manager wants to play or whatever it may be, I think he's been playing Lavia a lot. And who else has he been playing? I forgot who it was, but yeah, I've heard that Fernandez, they're gonna have to basically squeeze him into the team because you can't sell that. You can't sell him. He's an unsellable asset. This is from what I've heard, innit? Pre-season wise, apparently he's not necessarily what they want to do, but that's just my point. Let's say, for example, another manager comes in now and then, I don't know, like a Lavia or this player or that player, you don't really feel there's nothing you can do.
I do hear that, and I think there is still that risk for the club, but I don't think Chelsea have a problem shifting their players. Like they never, whether it's
they
loan
do.
Who like
because they make losses all the time.
No, I'm not saying they make a profit. I said they don't have problems shifting their players.
If you're shifting players at a loss,
they have a problem right now.
You're losing money.
They lose money, but they're able to get rid. They're able to get rid. That's the point.
Yeah, but everyone
at a loss. Exactly, at a loss. If
we're getting rid at a loss, then it's like that's the whole point. You're supposed to shift
you're a business.
Market value. Yeah.
Exactly.
You
need to make money. They're hemorrhaging money.
And also look at Lukaku as well. This is another player that they're struggling to see.
Loss. They're taking a loss on that.
So it's Kepa. Obviously, Kepa.
They might get Osimhen the other way, man. Crazy.
We'll see what happens there.
Chelsea's thing's messed up. I can't understand it. Like, if I'm Cole Palmer, he must have been thinking, God is so good because he's come from City's academy. He's never played at men's football. He's had 1 season of men's football and got a 9-year contract, 120k a week, and he's a young boy. Like, what you can do with that type of money or that type of contract, you can start thinking things. Like, he's got 9 years guaranteed income of that. That is ridiculous to me. At that age, anything can happen to this guy. You don't give young players that 9-year contracts because he starts thinking ahead of himself. I'm not saying he's going to, but he could easily be thinking, fam, like I've patterned the football team. No one can chat to me. I've secured my life for 9 years. If he doesn't want to play at a certain level, he doesn't want to play as good as he usually does, he doesn't have to worry because he's got the contract there. Players play for contracts, and he's got 9. That's nearly 2 5-year contracts. That's crazy to me. I can't understand it. So let's see. The whole Chelsea thing's crazy, but I'm enjoying it.
How do we think they're gonna finish in the league?
I think they'll do well to get top 8.
That's
insane. They have to get top 4. They have to get top 4.
I don't think
you can't. I'm sorry, you can't spend that much money. You cannot spend that much money.
Chelsea were a disgrace last season, and where did they finish?
6th.
There we go. Come on.
But who's their manager?
Poch. So what was Poch on last season? He looked.
Yeah, but Poch had a bit of experience and managed to get them playing. Like we all agreed as well. He got them playing and they looked decent towards the end of the season. And we thought another season they could be better. You've now changed the whole manager, given this rookie guy that's only played championship football, 45 players, and we're expecting top 4. No chance.
In his defense, though, he does look good. Like his tactically, I've seen a bit of what Leicester were doing.
I'm not trying to rubbish.
I heard pre-season they're getting. Like,
they are.
They are.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to rubbish the manager. Do you know what? When he gets sacked by January, I don't think it's going to be his fault. I think he's been set up to fail because the guy's going to go. Whether if he's not going to do well there. I'm sorry.
It's too. You can't say that.
I've said it. And we'll come back to this.
You can't say that.
I will be amazed if a rookie manager, is able to manage this. I think even a top manager will struggle to manage 45 players, honestly. So let's see.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a fair point. All right, let's do a couple predictions. Then obviously, season starts on Friday. How do we feel in terms of everything? Let's talk title winner.
Arsenal.
I'm picking Arsenal.
I'm picking Arsenal. We'll see what Steve says when he comes back. All right,
whether we strengthen or not, Arsenal have to win the Premier League. I hope
Steve,
they know.
Who wins the Premier League?
Arsenal.
So we're all in agreement this time. I think this is the first time we're all in agreement. Okay, top 4.
Liverpool, City.
Huh? Is that order?
No.
Oh.
Liverpool. Do I have to do an order?
No, you don't.
Doesn't have to be.
Liverpool, City, United.
I don't get
Arsenal,
this.
Liverpool, City, United. So that's no Tottenham, no Villa, no Chelsea.
I'm going.
Listen, Spurs, every time they concede a set piece, even in pre-season, it's like a penalty. So until Ange decides that he wants to take defending seriously, I'm not putting them in the top 4. Maybe.
Did we say Man United?
Yeah, I said Man United 4th.
Oh, sorry.
I don't understand that. A lot of people are saying that. I can't understand that.
Why can't you understand it?
I think we do this every year with these lot, and they still have no midfielders.
I think they're going to sign Ugarte, and they might sign Sander Berg.
Who's their manager?
Erik ten Hag. He finished in the top 4 in his first season.
Because he had Rashford scoring 40, bailing him out. When he's not got that top attacker bailing him, it's not happening. He doesn't create enough. He doesn't.
I don't know, man. Amad Diallo looks good. Xerxes, I'm intrigued. I think I'm going to like him. Højlund, the second season. Garnacho, we're going to see.
Fam, I saw that Xerxes guy already say he's like, I'm not a 9. I'm a 9.5.
I think he's going to be a baller. I don't know if he's going to get.
Yeah, no, it's probably going to be good, but
Production, bro. It's a production league, like.
But yeah, I think
I don't think. Sorry, man.
No, go on.
No, I was saying. So I think Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and I think Newcastle can do it.
No.
The reason why I'm back in Newcastle is I think Isak can fire them there.
No.
Fair enough. I think that's fair.
I think
he can't stay fit.
I think Arsenal, City, Liverpool. I think Chelsea have to get top 4.
Are we so sold on Liverpool?
Liverpool.
No, Liverpool are good.
I think.
How do we know that? We don't know.
They've got good players.
They've got good players, man.
Yeah, that's great. We don't know if they're going to be good or not.
Yeah, we don't, but we can only predict.
Yeah.
Based on
what though? What's slot like? Respectfully, what's slot down?
Klopp's not there anymore. Come on, man. You don't need to do this,
bro. I'm being deadly serious right now.
Sorry?
Like we've not seen. Listen, I'll speak for myself innit. I don't know what slot is on. I have no idea what he's on. So I can't just say that they're going to.
I think they've looked good in pre-season from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I think this is disrespectful to Aston Villa.
Why?
No, it doesn't.
I think it's disrespectful to Liverpool.
Liverpool are way better than Villa.
You say this is disrespectful to Aston Villa.
Listen, guys. There's 3 minutes. There's 3 minutes.
finished
I'm
third.
not coming back. So
They finished third.
Liverpool.
Liverpool finished third, bro.
when
You know what it is?
They're in the Champions League. They're a Champions League club.
it was a 3-horse race until like the last 5 games.
No, it is. I don't look beyond. I don't look that low. I already know what's going on. I'll focus on my thing, but I'll be low that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about Liverpool. I'm not sure. If you're saying.
Yeah, like Liverpool and Chelsea. I think Chelsea have to get top 4. They've actually got pieces. They actually have to. They got it's a disgrace if they
Big
don't.
money they want. They will not get top 4. They will. I know what you're saying because you're saying with the return on investment at the very minimum they should be getting.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but they will not. They've got that. They've got enough players in Nkunku, Neto, Palmer, Caicedo, Fernandes, Lavia. They've actually got a lot of quality. They have to get top 4.
Neto won't play 30 games. That's my shout.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh my
All
days.
right, next question.
Arsenal, Liverpool. No, Arsenal, City. I think United will do it. To be fair, I'll just say Liverpool in it because time's on me. Yeah. To be fair, I guess I didn't come with all the questions. So next episode we'll do a full rundown of our preview. But yeah, guys, thank you for rocking with us. We're back for the season. This is our 8th season. There's no really champ or chump, to be fair. I know you guys are gonna give Eddie the chump, so what's the point? Yeah,
Eddie.
man. Edu.
Oh no, I'm not giving him the chump.
I know kids will.
No, he deserves it.
no.
Yeah, see.
Why would I give him a chump?
No, I'm not
After
giving him.
everything that you said, you're saying, why would you give him the chump? Of course you will.
No, I don't blame him.
He's been in Spain all week, and he hasn't secured Marino. It's
You don't
Thursday. It's Thursday.
We're out.
I'm not mad at
It's
him.
about to
I'm
pass
not mad
off.
because I think he's gonna haggle.
It's
the price.
Thursday, and he hasn't secured a £30 million transfer that we've been
Because they
dealing
don't want
for
to sell
weeks.
for that.
That's what they're asking for. They're asking for 30 million euros, and he's
I think
not
that's too much. 27.
for a seasoned player who fits in.
He's in the last year of his contract, bro.
Exactly, 30 million for a player in the last year of his contract is not mad.
He's 28.
All right, guys, we're out.
That's in prime years.
All right, we'll be back soon. Goodbye. Have a great week.